it's Rachel with Rainbow, and today he and I are going to work on his Drop It and Leave It for fetch. So he has a toy here that he's going after, and I see what you mean about the drop it. So, don't get it, this isn't yours. Off. So, why dogs don't like to drop toys a lot is because they don't want to lose it. They like playing tug of war maybe, and if you just try to take it away from them, they feel like it's being stolen from them and they get really desperate to hang on to it. So, lucky for Rainbow, what we like to do here is a trade. So, instead of me just trying to wrestle the toy away from him and like fight him for it, if he's hanging on to the toy, I ask him to drop it, and when I ask him to drop it, I hold a treat out to the side of his face. And so it's like, hey, I'll trade you that toy for this treat. And in order to get the treat, the dog has to open his mouth and move his head over to get the treat. And so with that open mouth, you're able to get the toy, and then you can reward him for a good drop it. So I'm going to get Rainbow tempted with this little cow toy again, and we will practice the drop it. And luckily, he loves food so much, it should be good. Okay, good boy. Good boy. Rainbow, drop it. Drop it. Good boy, drop it. Good boy, drop it. Okay, and he actually did that without even noticing the treat, which is good. He didn't do that when we were practicing right before this video. But now, you see his body language changes. He knows that I have the treats now. So hopefully we can still entice him with this toy. Get it. Good boy. Good boy. Drop it. Good, drop it. Good boy. Doing really well. Luckily he's so food motivated, it really helps with this. Drop it. Good, drop it. Good, drop it, Rainbow. Good boy. Good boy. Get it. Uh-oh. Cow water. Good boy. Drop it. Good, drop it. Look how easily he's picking that up. He's a quick learner, that's for sure. Especially when there's treats involved. Now I know that Rainbow gets a bit treat dependent sometimes, but with him, especially with something as awesome as a toy, when he's really in play mode, in order to teach him drop it, I really think that you need to use the treats at first, and then, do it to where you give him a treat every other time he drops it, and just kind of work away from treats and then do it sporadically so that he never knows when he's going to get a treat, so he does it every time in case that might be the time that he gets the treat. Also, if you're playing fetch, like if there's a ball and you're able to just throw it back and forth and all that, hopefully he'll start to get the picture that in order to keep playing the game, he's got to drop the ball and give it to you. Go get it. Good boy. Good boy. Drop it. Good, drop it. He did that right away this time, which is good to see. Good boy, go get it. Okay, he saw me getting into the treat bag before I threw it. We've got our little chow hand here. Get it. Good boy, Rainbow. Drop it. Good, drop it. Good, drop it. Okay, I think this is all we need to do for the drop it because you get the picture with him. He's doing it really well. Yeah. Nope. He doesn't even want the toy when there's food involved. I'll give him just a little extra to be nice. Okay, now I heard that you guys also wanted to work on Leave It. Now, Leave It is one that we use in a certain way, and if you want to use it in a different way, that's fine. Just let us know. Here at It's Dog Play, we use Leave It as don't touch it and don't ever touch it. So we don't like to use Leave It like for food or treats or toys because they will get it eventually. That's where we use weights, like have them sit and wait while we give him his food so that he's not, jumping up all over us or something like that. But we don't tell him leave it. So good things for leave it would be like shoes, maybe your daughter's toys, like hopefully he knows the difference between what toys are for him and what toys aren't. And by really teaching him the leave it command, you can let him know which ones are for him and which ones aren't. Any people food that you don't intend to give him, so that way if you're cooking and something drops, you can tell him leave it. And hopefully, if you're quick enough, that will be something that you'll be able to get him to stop going after. So for leave it, I like to use kind of random objects that aren't going to hurt him if he does go after them, but also aren't something that he needs. So with the leave it, I get down on his level, I put the item down, and he goes to sniff it, and I don't really let him sniff it. I just swipe my hand between his nose and the object and say, leave it, leave it. And work on that until he stops trying to go after it, and then waits and just looks at me. So here, I'll get down here. There you go. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. Take it. Good boy, take it. Good boy. So there I am, by telling him take it when I give him the treat, it's not a good leave it, because that could get confusing for him especially if he's trying to resist like a piece of human food or something, and then he gets food as a reward. That can be kind of confusing for him. So we teach leave it and take it. So I tell him he can't have this, but he can have this. Okay. Leave it. Good boy. Take it. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. So I'll try to get it a little bit better angle. He's not very interested in that. We have this scooper here. So leave it. Leave it. Good job. Take it. Good boy, Rainbow. Good boy. Seems like he's not interested in something for very long if it's not edible. But that's okay. Just want to show you the idea here. Now, I have him on leash, and I find that to be helpful. So if he is really going after something, I can hold him back while I'm swiping my hand between his nose and the object to tell him to leave it. So, Rainbow. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, since he didn't even notice this, I don't want to give him a treat, something he did wrong. Okay. Here's a collar. Another dog has been wearing this, so he's probably going to be interested in the smell. So maybe this will work well. Eat it. Good boy. Take it. Good boy. Good boy. Now, with the key of doing this, I'm not ever going to let him play with this collar or, do what he wants with it. It is leave it and don't ever touch it again. Now here, Rainbow doesn't strike me as much of a chewer, but here I have a slipper. Leave it. Good boy. Take it. Good boy, Rainbow. Leave it. Good boy. Good boy. Now you're looking for the food. You don't need it every time. No, not every time. Good boy. Good boy. So now this is really helpful, like when you take him for a walk and he's trying to sniff, slugs or worms that are out on the sidewalk and pile of dog poop, anything like that, but you don't want him anywhere around. That's when you can use leave it. And by practicing enough in close quarters like this, where you have him on a leash and you're able to swipe your hand, the swiping the hand isn't necessarily part of the command. It's just to kind of enforce it. So it kind of catches his attention. You might accidentally, tap his nose a little bit when you're doing it, and it breaks up his line of vision so that you can actually get his attention. Because, you know, just like with any other command, if you just say sit, 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 but you don't tell him or, you know, show him how to do it, he's not going to learn what it means. So the swiping the hand is just to distract him so that he focuses on you and not that object. And then you can reward him with a treat by telling him to take it, so that way he can kind of learn the difference. So if you practice it at home with something you don't want him to touch, tell him leave it, and then reward him with a toy that's his. And you can play with that toy for a bit, practice your drop it, you can practice this all together in that way. But he did a very good job. He's a very quick learner, very responsive. All right, this was Rachel and Rainbow. We were working on drop it and leave it.